That's cool. No, let's.
Good evening, everyone. It is now 7 p.m. I will call the Board of Selectmen meeting to order this Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. Both Ken Beausoleil and myself are here in Town Hall, and Suzanne Witkowski is zooming in virtually. So all three selectmen are present. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I make a motion that we approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes from May 20th, 2025.
Second,
Okay, any discussion on these minutes?
no.
No, I didn't see anything.
No, and I want to correct myself. The agenda says special meeting, but it was our regular meeting.
Oh,
All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from May 20th, 2025, say aye.
aye.
Aye. The meeting that was scheduled for May 28th was canceled. I don't have any correspondence to share with the board tonight. Do either of you have any correspondence to share?
No.
I do not.
All right. But that will open up the floor to selectmen comments. Agenda item 5, selectmen comments. I don't have any tonight.
No, we'll be
Me-
talking about it later on in the agenda.
Yes. All right. So with that, we'll move on to agenda item 6, citizen comments. We'll start with the virtual audience. Any citizen comments? Please unmute, state your name and address for the record. All right, seeing none. Any citizen comments here in the room? Just feel free to stand up, state your name and address if you have any citizen comments tonight. Yes.
John Zamaki, Deputy Emergency Management Director. I just want to give a little report on the Memorial Day Parade. I'd like to thank we had 6 constables that volunteered for traffic control, 6 fire police from the Thompson Fire Departments, 5 team members from the Community Emergency Response Team, and 2 people from Emergency Management. No issues, traffic went well, and the parade was a success as far as I know, so thank you.
Thank you for reporting that, John, and I apologize because in my mind on Memorial Day, I said I want to thank all those volunteers because you all were out there for a few hours and you did it free of charge. You did it all through volunteerism, and you guys have really boosted that program, so thank you. Thank you. I neglected to say that. Any other citizen comments? All right, I'm going to take that as none, and we will move on to the Veteran of the Month. Town of Thompson Veteran of the Month, June 2025. Donald G. Heenig Sr. of Spicer Road in East Thompson has been chosen by the nominating committee to be honored as the June 2025 Town of Thompson Veteran of the Month. Sergeant Donald Heenig Sr. served admirably during the Korean War era in the United States Air Force from 1949 to 1953. He began his tour of duty serving at the Sampson Air Force Base in upstate New York. He was subsequently reassigned to Westover Air Force Base in Massachusetts, where he served as an airman in the headquarters Squadron Section 1600th Air Base Wingman Division. His primary duties and responsibilities were to work hand in hand with majors, generals, and other high-level staff as a sergeant in the supply area, coordinating duties with both Air Force and Navy personnel, assisting in the ongoing war effort. During his service and as a result of his ability to play golf, he became part of the United States National Air Force golf team, touring the country and competing and winning numerous golf events. Most notably, Don won 2 United States Air Force Golf Championships and the Armed Forces National Golf Championship, where he competed against the best golfers from the Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and Air Force. For his military service, Don was awarded the National Service Defense Medal. Donald J. Heenig Sr. Thank you for your service to our country from a very grateful community. And at this time, I do like to turn it over to our Veterans Affairs Officer.
Sure, we've got a nice plaque there that we're gonna present, but we'll do that in a minute. Where do you start? Where do you start when you have a living hero, a living legend from your community being honored by the town of Thompson? Being honored this evening primarily for his wonderful service in the Air Force from 1949 to 1953. That's a long time ago. I was born in 1949, and you were already serving in the service. But your life didn't stop, and I love the stories when we met with you on that Saturday morning for a couple of hours, and the great stories that you were telling about your time at Fort Sumter, and also in Massachusetts at Westover, and all those times that you snuck out and hitchhiked home to Thompson on the weekends. I never got to do that kind of stuff when I was in the service, but just wonderful stories that you were telling. And it was such an integral part of being involved, as you were, talking about it with dealing with majors and generals and high-level, high-profile people on that base, which was, I guess, a combined base, Navy and Air Force personnel as well. And you provided such an important service to the war effort, to the Korean War effort that was going on at that time. And that's what we're here to honor you for tonight as part of our Veterans Veteran of the Month program. However, your life did not stop after your time in the service. We're all looking here. Everybody knows about Don and his legacy, but we're looking at someone who, for his entire lifetime, gave of himself 150%. I just want to read a little bit about what I wrote up. Certainly Don's life does not begin and end with the service. That's just the beginning of a long, well-lived life, respected and loved by everyone that you ever came in contact with. A life balanced by your ability and competitiveness on the golf links, and we certainly know about that. And combining that as one of probably the most successful business person ever to grace Northeastern Connecticut, not only the town of Thompson, but as a business person, I believe, and a lot of people believe, that you were the most successful business person with all of your endeavors. Your golf course, your restaurant, your racetrack. You can go anywhere around the country, and when you meet someone, you ask where you're from, and you say Thompson, Connecticut. And almost every time, the response will be Thompson Raceway, right? Isn't that where the Thompson Raceway is? You are known nationally and internationally. I was on a cruise ship in the Caribbean about 25 years ago, talking to someone on board after dinner one night with my wife, and we were talking to some folks. Where are you from? Thompson, Connecticut, and they knew about the Thompson Raceway Golf Club. So, how many of us have spent evenings at your restaurant? Dances, weddings, proms, it goes on and on and on. So it's not only because you're a veteran that you're being honored tonight, but it's everything else that you've done as a person. So it gives all of us great pleasure to present a nice plaque that Amy will read for you. You want to come up and maybe we can go over there?
We can go over there.
I didn't get up. Go ahead, Amy, we'll read it.
So the Town of Thompson honors Veteran of the Month, Donald J. Phoenix Senior, United States Air Force, 1949 to 1953, Korean era war veteran, supply sergeant assisting Air Force and Navy high-level personnel in the ongoing war effort. Played in 3 U.S. Open Golf Championships, designed and built several golf courses in New England, owner and operator of the Raceway Golf Club Restaurant and the Thompson International Speedway. Thank you for your service from a grateful community, June 2025.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations. Hey, we
Good
take
to
a
see. Thank you.
picture, anybody?
Well, I just love to thank everyone, all my family, all my friends, everybody's here, and it's great. And I do remember, when I went into service, and it wasn't easy for me. Had a lot of great times, met a lot of people that I still remember today, So it's been great, but, yeah, I loved it. I had a lot of fun, played a little golf there and everything. But I still just want to thank you for this turnout. It's great for me. I'll never forget it.
Well earned.
Okay.
Well earned, for sure, for sure. Anyone else want to say a few words, or we good? We're good, okay. Just want you to know that this is the 10th Veteran of the Month that we've done, and this is by far the biggest group of people who have come out for the presentation of the plaque. Another testament to what you mean to your family, to your community.
I know, I've been around 93 years now.
Well, you're gonna make 100, I'm darn sure of that.
Right.
For sure, for sure. Thank you. Thank you very, very
But I
much.
do apologize, I'm very deaf, I don't hear well at all, unless I'm really close to a person, but it's not easy to live with, but have to do it.
You've done remarkably well, you're 93, almost 94.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, what a life well lived, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, thank all of you.
Thank you for all your time.
Sure. Anybody, did we take a picture? Okay, good. Nice job.
All right. Moving on to agenda item 8. Wait.
We all set?
Oh, you don't have to wait. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm okay. Oh, that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, agenda item 8, emergency management performance grant resolution. I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution that the town of Thompson may enter into with and deliver to the state of Connecticut Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection, Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, any and all documents with which it deems to be necessary and appropriate, to which the town clerk will authorize and sign the resolution if we approve and adopt this resolution tonight. So I'll make the motion that we approve it.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion on this resolution? Any questions?
Did you want to include this second part of further resolve into the motion?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because it's 2 parts.
Yeah, I was thinking that was just for Renee, but you're right. Further resolve that Renee Waldron, just to add to this, Laureen, further resolve that Renee Waldron as town clerk of the town of Thompson is authorized and directed to execute and deliver any and all documents on behalf of the town of Thompson and to do and perform all acts and things which she deems to be necessary and appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents, including but not limited to executing and delivering all agreements and documents contemplated by such documents. And it also further certifies that the town clerk has held the office since November 3rd, 2015. Okay, make that motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this resolution? All in favor of adopting the resolution as presented, say aye.
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 Aye. All right. Agenda item 9. Herb Cordes request to purchase town-owned land, 0 Linehouse Road. If we recall, this was presented a couple meetings ago, but I think both Suzanne and Ken, you might have had some questions, and Mr. Cordes is here tonight. Yeah, so. Any questions? And again, the process for this would be, we have to basically refer this to planning and zoning. Currently.
I just wanted to hear from Herb. What's going on? How are you?
And
Can you hear Herb? Because he's talking.
I can.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry. Okay, I just wanted to say I'd like to introduce my daughter Lydia Cordes, who will be living at the farm. And we're concerned about purchasing the 2.5 acres that abut our property. It is a wetland and it flows from Linehouse into our pond, which is located on Jezerski Road. And we came up with 4 points that we'd like to bring out. How important the wetland is, and also that Connecticut is facing a significant loss of farmland and ponds due to urban and suburban development, climate change, and economic pressures. This trend threatens the state's agricultural heritage, local food security, and environmental health. The benefits of a wetland, flood control. Wetlands act like a natural sponge, absorbing excessive rainwater and reducing the risk of flooding during heavy storms. This is especially important as Connecticut faces more intense weather due to climate change, and I think we saw that this past spring. Water quality protection. Wetlands naturally filter pollutants such as pesticides, heavy metals, and excessive nutrients from runoffs before they reach our rivers, lakes, and groundwater. This helps protect Connecticut's drinking water source and aquatic ecosystems. Wildlife habitat. Wetlands provide critical habitats for over 200 species of birds, fish, amphibians, and other wildlife in Connecticut. Many threatened and endangered species depend on these environments for breeding and shelter. Our last one is climate resilience. Wetlands store large amounts of carbon in their soils and plants, helping to mitigate climate change. Protecting them helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Protecting these natural resources is essential for sustaining Connecticut's agricultural industry and environmental well-being for future generations. And as I said, Liddy will be the next generation. And we have been farming for at least 250 to 300 years in the town of Thompson / Killingly.
Okay.
So if I can ask Herb, your goal is to preserve the land. It is not, your concern is that somebody will purchase it and build on it or develop?
That is it. We do not want to see building on it. We want to keep it as an aquifer that feeds in to a rather large reservoir. And I might state that that one reservoir too would be used possibly if there were fires within the area, because there are quite a few gallons of water in that little pond of ours. And we would make sure that pollution would not be had by some of the neighbors too.
So you're familiar with the process, right?
I believe so, Suzanne. I guess we first sent a letter to you all, and then it becomes open to the public. No,
It goes to planning and zoning, and then they review it and kind of do, look at the benefits or the benefit, or the zoning, they look at the whole parcel of land to determine if it's something they would recommend that the Board of Selectmen then go out to bid or put it up for sale. So there's just another step that it has to go through.
and how do we do that?
Well, we do
Right.
that from here
You're going,
by accepting it and then forwarding it over to P and Z. So they can review it because it's town assets, and according to state statute, it has to go to them. We get a recommendation back, and then we go through the process of either putting it up for sale for the general public, or they decide to keep it. And that's up to them.
Well, they make a recommendation. We could still override the recommendation if we wanted to, but,
Right.
right. But no matter, based on the town ordinance, it would go out to public bid. It would be a sealed bid that would be opened at a selectman meeting. At that point.
So it's just following the ordinance that we have in place.
Right. I mean, it makes sense to me, so I don't think planning and zoning would have, we'll see, I can't speak for them now.
it is important to us, though, I mean, primarily to keep it fresh and clean and not have any buildable part on it where it could become contaminated, which then would contaminate Shumway Brook too,
Mhm.
because our pond flows into the Shumway Brook.
Well, without a doubt, Mr. Cordes, you have been a good
I'm
steward.
so sorry.
You've been a good steward of the land,
I think
without a
our
doubt.
family has tried very hard to keep the land initially the way it was.
Mhm. It's very impressive.
We do appreciate that.
So I think planning and zoning also kind of determines if there's wetlands. I mean, there's certain like restrictions that could be put upon it by putting it through planning and zoning, if I'm correct, which would
They have that.
also further to help preserve the land.
Mhm. Yeah,
Go
I don't know, I have photos just to show like how wet it does get, I don't know like how much information you guys need.
Also, this is another parcel that is not being taken care of, by us, but. So if we may, would you mind looking
sure,
at
certainly.
what's going on with this particular wetland?
I don't know what's this. But.
Mhm.
Right there, and then. All over here, no. Those are my photos.
Thank you. Any other questions?
The only question that I had was the reason why we wanted you to come in. Because you talked about 5.5 acres, and after learning about a sale, it's a little confusing.
It's 5.5 acres.
No, but I'm talking about your letter.
The letter, there was a little bit of discrepancy.
Oh, it's 2.5 acres, I believe.
Yeah.
The land, well, the total on the land card is actually 2 acres on the property card. Unless there's a second property card, but
And we're just going by what you had submitted to us. And it said about purchasing 5.5 acres for sale in the town.
Uh-huh.
And we know that there was only a couple acres on Limehouse Road over there. So it was a little confusing as to where the other 3 acres came from that you were interested in.
Or was it a typo?
It could have been.
Typo.
Typo.
Right. The property card does say 2 acres though, and that's what would be conveyed. So. Any other thoughts or questions?
Make a motion that we send it over to P and Z for their review.
Okay,
I'll second that.
all right, so Ken has the motion, Suzanne has the second to pass it along to planning and zoning for the 8/24 review. Any other discussion? All in favor of moving this forward to planning and zoning, say aye.
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 Aye. All right, you'll hear from us. I'll let you know, Herb, when it's gonna be on planning and zoning, so you can plan to attend that too.
Okay, thank you very much for
All right.
your help. in
Yeah, absolutely.
Making sure that we do it correctly.
And thank you for what you do for the environment.
Thank you.
It means a lot.
Thanks, Herb. Thanks, Lydia.
Thanks for coming in.
May I say something?
Sure.
Out of order. I was talking to Amy 3 weeks ago about raising the pond level. And National Geographic is suggesting the same thing out west with the beavers.
Okay.
So I brought it in for you to bring.
Oh, fantastic.
I haven't finished it.
Okay.
Raising the pond level, is not a bad thing,
Right.
as long as it doesn't infringe on the road
Right.
possibility.
Right,
There you go.
excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, folks. Have a nice.
Thank you.
You
See you
too.
early.
Take care.
See you. See you.
All right, agenda item 10. This is for your consideration, appointment Bernadette M. Corsia, Library Board of Trustees. I had been approached by Bob LaChance, chairman of the Library Board of Trustees. He writes to us and says, as chairman of the board, I would like to recommend Mrs. Bernadette Corsia to the Board of Trustees. Mrs. Corsia was a former member and her input was very helpful to the operation of our board. Thank you for your consideration.
I'll make the motion that we appoint Bernadette to the Library Board of Trustees
And
and
that's to fill Mary Fatsy's
Right, so-
seat until the
Yeah.
next election.
Right, so you.
so that would be
for the
until
term
November.
you Put into the motion.
Yeah, so the term would be,
November's. What is it, November 3rd? November,
This November.
it's this November.
yeah,
That she
Good.
would have to run for reelection again.
Mhm.
And then she'd fill out the term after that.
Well, that'd be a whole new term.
Right, right,
no, well, no, then it would be
I
the
think it's just
remainder
for-
of Mary's term.
right. Which it's a 6-year and Mary was elected in 2023,
So she's good till
2029. But she still has to she still has to be elected though. So she has to be on the ballot.
That's
of
correct.
November. To fill out Mary's term after that until 2029.
I know there's certain ones that have to go on the next election ballot.
I believe this is one of them.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to appoint,
no, I already did.
oh, you did, I'll second it.
Okay,
But
so
that'd be-
Suzanne has a motion to appoint Bernadette Corsia to fulfill or to fill the seat left by Mary Fatsy. Term to end 2029, November of 2029, but she does have to run for election. In November of this year,
So it'll be as per state statute.
per state statute. Yep. That sound right?
Sounds right.
That to be your motion?
Yes,
Okay, Ken has the second.
Yes.
Any discussion on this candidate? All right, all in favor of appointing Bernadette Corsia to Library Board of Trustees, say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
she's back on.
back on, yep. She's a good one. She's
She
good.
is.
All right, agenda item 11, legal notice of town meeting and referendum. As presented, Marie, I think, sent you both the updated version. So as presented. to go to town meeting Wednesday, June 18th, with a notice of referendum for Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025.
June 18th and July 2nd. Okay, and you're looking for a motion to approve the notice for the town meeting and the referendum? Is that the legal notice, right?
Legal notice, yeah, to approve and adopt the legal notice.
Okay, so I'll make the motion.
Second,
Suzanne has the motion, Ken has the second. Any discussion on this legal notice?
No, it's pretty cookie cutter.
Yeah, for sure. All right, all in favor of approving the legal notice, for town meeting and referendum, say aye.
aye,
Aye. Draw it again. We're not sure who's here tomorrow. All right, agenda item 12. Town meeting referendum flyer for distribution at the transfer station. So Marie, I think, sent this over to you both today as well, or over the weekend. She's put together two. One just for both the town meeting and referendum, and a second one for the budget referendum alone. Just to remind people as we get closer,
and
so,
that's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
so, but we have to approve the distribution at the transfer station once again.
Motion to approve the distribution as presented.
second.
Okay, any discussion on this flyer?
No, I went through it earlier.
All right, all in favor of approving the distribution of the flyer as presented, say aye.
Aye,
Aye. All right. So recreation came to us today. I guess this could have been correspondence. They had neglected to get this earlier to us, so I'll just read it to you both.
they allowed it as.
Oh, I'll make a motion that we add to other business, a letter from recreation. I'll make a motion to add to, okay? All in favor of adding this agenda item, say aye.
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 Aye. So I just want to read the letter if you hadn't seen it already. The board to Dear Board of Selectmen, the Recreation Commission is nominating the following candidates for hire at the 2025 Thompson Adventure Camp. Paige Boisvert, Grady Chappelle, Zoe Kalzewski, butchering these names, Ariel Kopaz, Corey Kostakopoulos, Dylan LaValle, Julia Lewis, Lucy St. Germain, Isabella Stewart, Lindsay Sturtevant, Allison Tebow, Jaden Treadway, Nathan Treadway. All of the candidates listed have previously worked at the Thompson Adventure Camp, purely rec, before and after school program, or both. I am thrilled that we have been able to retain the majority of our summer staff year after year. The Recreation Commission kindly requests that the board approve the hire of the above named candidates for the summer of 2025. Signed, Brian Levensey.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendations of the hires.
And I'll second that.
All right, any discussion on these candidates? Okay, all in favor of approving not the new hires, the hires for the summer of 2025 program, say aye.
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 Okay, unanimous. All right, brings us back to citizen comments. Any citizen comments? Ms. Valerie Clark.
Excuse me, Valerie Clark, Ulm Road. I was unable to attend the last meeting, so I'm following up tonight to extend great thanks to the team of constables who helped out at the Bay State Trail Riders event in the middle of May. They did an awesome job, and I so much appreciate that they are doing what they do. They keep people safe, and we really appreciate that. So thank to the town, thank you to the constables, thank you to the EMS team. They are fabulous. I have a couple other things, but I wanted to get that up front because it's so important to recognize these folks. They're doing a stellar job. At the last meeting that I was in attendance, I had mentioned the administrative concern where the agendas are being file labeled as minutes that's continuing, that is tonight the same thing. It should be labeled as an agenda, not minutes. So if that can get corrected, that would be good. And then the other thing I want to raise is I have an extreme concern about the number of businesses that are exiting the town. And the last business owner that I talked to, who's made the decision to leave town, said that this is the 7th one this year. So we need to address that. We need to understand the root causes and address those and make this a more business-friendly town. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizen comments at this time? Yes, Mr. O'Brien.
Yes, Brian, 108 Baby Road. I was at the finance committee meeting the last time they met. Watched over that. There was I said that we need to tone it down and be a little more civil. Because I think the idea of throwing out, let's just get rid of the trash place up there was thrown out. Get out of the trash business. We'll save money. One of the guys on the finance committee was all set, like, yeah, let's do that, and the other guy explained, you're talking about getting rid of two employees. The other guy turned around on the finance committee, goes, we may need them for plowing come next winter. I understand that people mad about cuts going to the school. They don't seem to be so mad about the town side as they are about the school side. Okay, but look, I understand the guy was talking about the budget thing. He goes, look, it doesn't make money. Okay, it doesn't make money. But all those kids up at the school play sports up there. And I don't think they're paying for it, are they? I don't think the kids' parents are paying for it other than through tax dollars. We are a social society. Our firefighters are paid through the taxes. Our EMT, schools, DPW, all the road work, everything, it's all a collection. And you don't get to do the a la carte of what you like and what you don't like. You pay your taxes. None of us like to pay more than our share. This year here, I look at my property and it went up 88%. My land went up 100%. And I'm like, how did this happen? And I'm told, well, you live close enough to Massachusetts to make it worth more. And I'm like, I ain't understanding it, but something, I just think, because no offense, I went and saw Paul, talked to him, he's got that nice little board over there. I turned around because my wife suggested, why doesn't he put up what depreciation costs the town? Because the depreciation that is for all the property in town, you probably lost 40 to 50% of your $1.1 billion grand list. And he goes, probably close. So you up here, now you're down here. Back in 1980, it was probably a great idea what they came up with. The people of Thompson came up with the depreciation and stuff. But now we're sowing the problems of that. Because you got property that are 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% depreciated. How do you get taxes on that? When you're starting off at a value of 70%. You think about what but I'm just saying, I think it needs to be, even at the boards, they need to tell, I understand they're angry about the vote. But you know what? Their job is to do what's best for the town. And for the townspeople and for the kids and everybody else. That's all, I just think.
Thank you. Any other citizen comments? Yes, Jared,
Yes, well, it would be remiss if I did not bring up summer reading.
just announce who you are, so Lorraine knows.
Yes, I'm Jared Jacobo, the director of the Thompson Public Library.
Great.
So as you all know, we are close to the summer, and I do have to plug our summer reading program. We are already in the midst of it for our summer reading program for adults. So the challenge this year for adults is that it starts on the 1st of June and runs through the 15th of August. And you are challenged to read 10 books during the summer. And when you read 10 books, you get an entry to enter a drawing at the end of the summer for gift cards, books, and all sorts of different prizes. Some of the gift cards are simple $5 gift cards, some Dunkin' Donuts just for some coffee. But we do have a couple of larger prizes. That's a $50 gift card. And it's thanks to the Friends of the Library that we're able to make this possible. So I encourage you, if you want to earn some prizes during the summer for just reading a few books during the summer, I encourage you to come by and pick up one of our forms and get an entry at the end of the summer. And if you write 5 book reviews, about a paragraph or 2 during the summer, and enter that, you get an extra drawing that you can put into the summer reading program as well. So we hope that draws some people in, and it's kind of a first come, first serve sort of thing. When we do the pulling of the prizes, we should have around 50 prizes at the end of the summer to pick from when we do that. So I encourage everybody to participate.
Awesome.
But also, our kids program is starting up soon too. So officially on June 10th, our students, all the youngest patrons in Thompson can sign up at the Thompson Public Library to start tracking their reading during the summer. And our first day of events begin on the 23rd of June. I could go spend a lot of time on all the different things that we got going on, but the theme this year is all about games and board games and all that sorts of fun stuff. We'll have lots of activities planned around that. We have tons of story times. We have our roll and play that's all planned out for the summer to get our teams in the door, and we have our family friendly matinees for Fridays that we'll be having, served with freshly popped popcorn, thanks to our new popcorn machine provided to us by the Friends of the Library. We couldn't do anything without them.
Without them, yeah,
They do a great job.
for sure.
And something unrelated to our summer reading program, I did want to thank the building committee for working with us. Finally, after many months, the pavers finally completed the walkway in the back. So we're happy about that. There's still a couple of things I need to address, but we're happy that that's done and it's no longer a safety hazard and it looks much better back there. So,
Excellent.
but yeah, so thank you.
Thank you for that update.
Thank you.
Is there, I know that, I think they have their own website, the library.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Can we piggyback on ours, the town page as well?
it doesn't already, I thought it did.
It should be able to. If not, I
I
can.
thought we
Yeah,
connect,
sure,
but we make it connect,
Yes, but I mean, if we can put it up on the fronts, up and coming events, et cetera, which will help.
For sure.
them.
Yeah, and I just sent over to Marie yesterday, a whole bunch of posters and stuff that we created for helping plug the events.
awesome. We'll get some of them on the sign too,
Thank you.
yeah. All right, any other citizen comments at this time? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to tax refunds. I'll make a motion that we refund Christopher M. Orrell $202.54, and that's it.
Second,
Okay, all in favor of approving this tax refund, say aye.
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 Aye. All right. 7:43 PM, I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Are you in favor, Suzanne?
Aye. I was,
Me too. We are adjourned at 7:43 PM.
I was just thinking, I'm not there in person. I can't hear about Ken's trip.
Another day.
Another meeting, next meeting.